All right. Kimmel. Again, he's expected, all the reports are that he's going to address the situation tonight. Knowing Bob Iger a little bit, I believe that they have some understanding that he will be at least somewhat conciliatory. He's not going to come on and just blast everything. I think he'll be somewhat conciliatory, but I think he'll also, as a student of Kimmel, I think he'll also be a little bit defiant and talk about the First Amendment. The left is saying that Kimmel being put on represents a great victory. Here's Don Winslow, 112. Dan, who's Don Winslow?
I have no idea until you showed this to me earlier.
Okay, he's some liberal activist. He's from like the Paul Begala school of sharp elbows. The only reason Disney is bringing, this is on X, the only reason Disney is bringing Kimmel back is because the American people stood up, called out the executives by name, Disney stock plummeted, and Disney lost a lot of money. Get it? That's the playbook for the next 3 years of Trump. You must be louder than him. Dan, to what extent is Mr. Winslow's analysis correct about what happened?
Well, I do think that people standing up did, the pendulum did kind of move back a little bit. But look, the free market's going to speak here. And I think in Disney's attempt to try to curry favor and win new customers, they kind of almost fired their existing customer base, which is progressive. I mean, that's what Jimmy Kimmel is. That's what his show's audience is. So I think we'll see how long Kimmel lasts here. His contract is up here pretty soon anyway, which is another story that's kind of a subtext of all of this. But look, do I think that the FCC chair and Republicans speaking up got him suspended? Yes. Do I think Democrats speaking up and screaming helped to bring him back? I do.
Sean, do you agree with that analysis?
No. So here's what I think is ridiculous. In any crisis, the option is, you acknowledge regret or are somewhat conciliatory. Kimmel hasn't said a word, not one. He has not apologized. He lied. He spread misinformation. This wasn't an opinion gone wrong. He actually is on the public airways. ABC is a broadcast station. They have an FCC obligation to not spread false and misleading information. And he lied to the American people.
Yeah,
and he incited, actually, he stoked the flames of fear.
But we're trying to be forward-looking.
Hold on. I am. Yeah. But here's my point, is that for him to go back on tonight and do this, this is going to further divide. And if I were TP USA tonight, I would target every single advertiser that goes on that show and ask for a nationwide boycott, because I will. I'll find out the names. I'll put them out there. This is what we need to do on the right. This is ridiculous. He has not said a damn word. And for Chuck Schumer and all of these folks to come out and applaud him, for what? Because at the end of the day, right now, then that means that they are in agreement with what he said. So he is further exciting the right. And I, for one, will not watch him, but I will make sure that I call out every single person that advertises on his show from now until he leaves.
What if he apologized? Couldn't you find it in your heart to forgive him?
So you only apologized 6 days later when you got back on? What has he been? He doesn't have Twitter. He doesn't have a statement. He doesn't have a PR machine. He has sat around and done nothing except for worry about himself since this happened. We've had a funeral. Erica Kirk had the courage to stand there and forgive the guy who killed him. And Jimmy couldn't muster 2 seconds to say, "Hey, I was sorry."
But why can't you follow her example and forgive Kimmel if he apologizes?
Because it's not my job to forgive him, because what he did was wrong. And he chose not to make a difference. You can only give someone forgiveness once they ask for it. And he hasn't asked.
But maybe he will tonight. Why are you prejudging what he's going to say?
Because he is not, Mark, it's not like he's been in a cave. He has sat back and chose not to do anything.
Well, that is, come on now.
Yeah, it's not. Wait, hold on. What do you mean, come on now? When Sean, he chose not to do anything, Sean, he has chosen not to clean this up.
Sean, let me finish. What I was going to say is, you work for a guy who understood really well the big reveal, right? So perhaps tonight, he is going to do that, knowing it will get big ratings, right? I mean, come on now. You and I both know that that game plan would be smart business if you're trying to sell your show. I also want to just say, though, I understand the idea that he's on a public airwaves. So you're saying, hey, you say something that's not true, that is different than cable. But if the standard is saying things on TV that are not true and stoking tension, I'm going to keep saying this. almost all of cable news would be canceled.
And it's cable.
It's
I
cable.
mean,
All right, hold on.
I hear you,
Hold
but
on.
your
All right,
argument is stoking
we'll
flames
see.
and not
I mean,
telling
we're-
the truth.
we'll
As
have-
a Democrat,
you
I
think
find
he
that
would have
absurd.
hold on.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.